Joe Hopkins here, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and some happy holidays. I mean, why not, man? There's a lot of holidays this time of year. I could dig it. But why do we celebrate Christmas? Very widespread holiday. Lots of people celebrate it, and they celebrate it in different ways and for different reasons, right? But why? Where does it come from? Well, it is a Christian holiday. It's in the name, Christ Mass, from when the church had Mass. The Catholics still do that. They have a Mass, right? Celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Christ Mass. You have a Mass for Christ. There you go, man. It's in the name. A lot of people don't seem to think about that. So anyway, Christmas. In the traditional sense, you know, I'm a Christian. I celebrate the Christian version. We're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, right? The Messiah. That's a big deal, right? A lot of people argue why we do this, that, the other. A lot of the traditional celebration stuff came from different places, got all mixed and jumbled together. That happens a lot. It's an old holiday. This is, Jesus was 2,000 years ago. So in the last 2,000 years, a lot of stuff's been added in. It's been kind of incorporated into other traditional holidays throughout time. But now we've gotten to where we celebrate this with the tree, the presents, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people really like to celebrate a secular version of Christmas. I see no problem with that, man. That's fine. I'm a Christian. You don't have to be. And I'm not gonna hoard my holiday. I'm not gonna be a miser with it. I'm perfectly fine with sharing it. Celebrate it the way you celebrate it, man. That's your thing, you know what I mean? And I don't celebrate it the same way every Christian does. Different denominations do different things, right? The Catholics still have a Mass that day. You go to Mass. It's the special Mass. I go to a Baptist church, so they usually have the Christmas, the Christmas sermon the Sunday before, or sometimes the Sunday after, whichever's closest to the day, depending on what church you go to, right? Some churches, even Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, whatever, some of them opt to have a service on Christmas. Not the most popular thing, because a lot of people are home that morning with their families doing the whole Christmas thing. Everybody really likes the present giving thing. And no, that wasn't originally a part of Christmas. That came in later, but I like it. I like the tradition. And I like the trees. I've heard people argue, well, a lot of this stuff is pagan, was added in later. Yeah, but it's fun. And I'm not a pagan. I'm not doing pagan stuff. So I don't need the whole blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Come on. I'm not that. I can have a tree and presents because the tree is pretty and I like giving presents, right? I like getting presents. Everybody likes that kind of thing. As far as I can tell, except for a couple of curmudgeons who just want to stir crap up, everybody really likes Christmas. Everybody I've talked to really likes Christmas. I know a lot of people of different religions, and they all think Christmas is pretty cool. You know what I mean? I know a lot of Jews. I know a lot of Muslims. I know a lot of different groups that do different things, and they all like Christmas. They got no problem with it. I like Christmas. We all like Christmas. It's a pretty holiday. It's nice. There are lights everywhere. You have pretty trees. Everything's lit up. It's pretty, and everybody likes that kind of thing. But we all celebrate Christmas, for those of us who do, for different reasons. Everybody's got their own thing. Not everybody does what the neighbors are doing, and that's perfectly fine. Personally, like I said, I'm a Christian. I celebrate the Christian version, and I think that's right for me. It is a Christian holiday after all, right? Like I said, if you celebrate it secularly, that's great. But, I do like to celebrate that. And the whole reason behind it is because the birth of Christ is a very big deal. Probably the two biggest Christian holidays are Christmas and Easter. The birth of Christ, the death of Christ. Very important thing. And the reason why is because as Christians, we believe, right, that Jesus was born, came into the world, that he was God, he was holy, and he died to pay for our sins, right? A lot of people don't like that idea. Well, I'm not such a bad person, but I mean, it's a sliding scale, isn't it, right? That's what we all think. Yeah, we all suck, man. We're all pretty bad people. That's why it's a pretty big deal, because, well, we're all sinners, me included. And, we deserve what we're getting. We're guilty. All of us. We're guilty, right? And the judge decided to hand out pardons, if you're willing to accept that pardon, that is. And, some people get bent about that. The whole thing, I'm not as bad as that guy, why do I need a pardon? Or if that guy would be forgiven, that's just wrong, right? Yeah, dude, he's handing out pardons. I'm not going to pass up a free lunch here. I'm not going to just not take a free pass because that guy got one, or that guy didn't get one, or I don't care about that guy. I know it sounds a little self-serving and selfish, but I'm not going to pass up a free pass on all the bad shit I've done in my life just because over some weird idea like that. But that's why we celebrate Christmas. I'm saved, man. I get to, not be punished for all the bad things I've done. Don't think you ain't done nothing bad. We've all done something bad. And, that's a free pass. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. I consider that the biggest deal ever. Other people don't. I've heard a lot of people get weird about that kind of thing. And a lot of people don't like it when you talk about this kind of stuff for Christmas. Well, that's what Christmas is based on. I mean, you can celebrate it secularly, but that is what it is. We're celebrating the birth of Christ. And you can I've heard people say, well, he wasn't born on December 25th. No, probably not. Why don't you tell me when he was born? I mean, you pick a day. December 25th works. Apparently, a bunch of people were celebrating that stuff on that day anyway. So, I mean, it works. I think part of the day they picked was kind of a political choice. The church was moving into Europe, incorporating a whole bunch of other countries. Let's put something on a day they celebrate anyway. But whatever, that's not the spirit behind it, you know what I mean? And this day's as good as any other. For whatever reason it ended up on December 25th, I'm good with it. And for a lot of people, they get a day off work. So, don't sneeze at that. A day off is a day off, man. It's a good thing. But yeah, that's why we celebrate Christmas. Originally, that was the point, right? The birth of Jesus is kind of a big deal. It's a big deal to Christians. It's a big deal in a religious sense. It's a big deal in the sense that because Jesus came into the world, I get forgiven for my sins. And it's a big deal also socially, politically. I mean, the Christian church ended up spreading everywhere. It became a very big deal. And that's became a big deal, right? So the holiday became pretty ubiquitous throughout the Western world. And it's a holiday. I mean, what you got a problem with it? I don't have a problem with your all's holidays, or even where they came from, or even if somebody I think some holidays were just made up, but that's cool. I'm not going to turn my nose up at Mother's Day just because they made it up at one time. You know what I mean? All holidays were made up at some point or another. I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. No. I'm going to give my mom a call, or my mom's dead. I can't call, but when she was alive, you give her a call, you send her a present, you stop by and say hi, right? Christmas, same kind of thing. For whatever reason, it's there, it's fun, it's nice, it's pretty. You probably should know why it was celebrated, because I think it's a big deal. I'd like everybody to go to heaven. That's just me. I'm not just looking out for me. I want everybody to go with me. I know a lot of people aren't gonna, though, and okay, that sucks, but nothing I can do about it. But yeah, that's why we celebrate Christmas. That's why it's such a big deal, right? Jesus being on this earth, it led to us being forgiven without having to follow the law, which is good. Has anybody out there read Leviticus? It's a thick book. That's impossible. Read the law and see if you can actually follow it. That's what you had to do before. and Jesus put an end to that. Right now, faith, belief. That's what this is based on. Kind of the way it was, before. It talks about Abraham, that his believing God, when God said to go somewhere, was counted to him as faith. That's a big deal. Well, now, if you believe in Jesus, that kind of thing, you believe that he was God, that he died for your sins, you ask for forgiveness, that leads to salvation. And that's the whole point of Christmas. That's why Christmas and Easter are the two big Christian holidays, because that's birth, death. He came, and Easter is where is that sacrifice that saves us. So, yeah, man, that's the reason for the season, as they say. I am personally thrilled that everybody celebrates Christmas, even in a secular way. Because, like I said, man, as a Christian, I do want people to get saved. I do want them to go to heaven. I know a lot of people aren't. I don't get heavy with people about it. It's their choice. But I think it's good that Christmas is such a ubiquitous holiday, because a certain amount of that message gets out to everybody. And it's kind of cool that everybody has that chance. You know what I mean? You celebrate Christmas. You see it, you hear it, it's the message gets out there. And that's cool, right? It'd be a little unfair if people didn't get saved because they didn't know. Well, here you go, man. This is the year that everybody gets to find out. And that's why we celebrate Christmas. If that, makes any sense to anybody out there. Now, if you don't celebrate Christmas, and there are some people that don't, you're missing out, man. You really are. You don't have to believe the same as I do, but you're missing out. It's a fun holiday. And if anybody doesn't celebrate Christmas for just angry reasons, that's I'm not celebrating that, holiday. It's Judeo-Christian religious boogie. You're missing out, man. You're just missing out. Christmas is fun. Even if you don't believe anything, it's still fun. Why are you passing up fun, right? I mean, it's one of the most fun holidays there is. I've seen a bit of the other holidays. I think Christmas tops pretty much all of them. Yeah. Us Christians, we figured it out. Christmas, Easter, our two big holidays. Those are two of the best holidays out there, period. I think that's why there's so much to do with it, why it becomes so commercialized, and why so much stuff gets added onto it and different traditions. It's because they're really cool holidays to begin with. And we've turned them into really, really awesome holidays. Whether you're religious or secular or whatever you are, these are fun holidays. And Christmas is probably the best of the bunch. I think most people would probably agree with that. It's a big deal, and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a really pretty holiday. We decorate everything really pretty. It's really nice. And, yeah, I got nothing else, man. That's it. Merry Christmas, and I hope you're celebrating, and I hope you're spending time with family and people you love and enjoying yourself and having a great day. And I hope you're having a nice dinner, too. I think we are. Yeah. And, yeah. Enjoy yourselves, man. I love y'all. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.